Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I have got broken iPhone 11 Pro screen. So we are going to change the screen on an iPhone 11 Pro. So before we start, please put on the heating pad because we have to make the glue soft, and after that you have to remove the two screws which are placed at the bottom of the phone near to the charging port. So when you remove the screws, so next step is you have to use a prying tool to open the screen. So when your screen is open, then you have to disconnect the power. It means you have to disconnect the battery. So there is a bracket over the battery connector. So just open these two screws and then just disconnect your battery. So once your battery is disconnected, so next step you have to unscrew the screws of the metal plate which is over the display cables. So there are 5 screws which you have to open it. So once all the 5 screws are open, then you have to disconnect the cables. Carefully disconnect each cable using your sponger tool, lifting them up one by one. Once all 3 cables are disconnected, you can fully remove the old screen from the device. When your screen is separate from the phone, just put onto the heating pad your old screen because you have to make glue solid which is underneath this flex cable, which is a face ID flex cable. So when you put on the heating pad, it helps you to remove from the old screen. Then you have to once this flex is separated, then you have to put onto the new screen. Then you have to put all 3 screws back. So you have to use one pentalobe screwdriver, and then the second 2 screws you have to use the Phillips screwdriver. Once all the screws are backed up, so then you have to connect with your phone. Before you're gonna connect with the phone, please make sure there is no any battery connectors, audio connectors, something like that. And before that, just use water sealant. Normally it comes with the most of the screen, but sometimes when I get new screens, so it don't come with the screen, but I normally keep it safe from the screens which I get from the suppliers. So once your water sealant is installed, the next step you have to connect your screen. But please make sure before you installing the screen, make sure your water sealant is stick to the phone's body, because sometimes you just struggle to stick on this water sealant. Like you can see here, I'm a little bit struggling, but on the end I'll sort it out. Now it's time to install the new LCD screen. Start by reconnecting the 3 flex cables to the main motherboard. Make sure each one is securely in place before we moving on. Next, so gonna reattach the battery connector after all these 3 flexes because we have to give a power to the phone to check the touch display and everything. So once we make sure like our touch display and everything is alright, then we will assemble the new screen with the phone's body. Next step is we have to reattach the metal shield over the display connectors. So what we are gonna do, we have to put metal shield, and there are 5 screws using a pentalobe screwdriver. So we have to put all the screws back one by one. Once all the screws are backed up, so then the next step is we have to put the metal sheet over the battery connector. So there are 2 screws over the battery connector, so we have to put all these 2 screws back, and then there is gonna be the next step. We have to put in place our new screens with the phone's body. Before sealing the phone, power it on and check if the new screen is working properly. Make sure the touch function is responsive, the display is clear with no glitches, and everything looks good. So before we're gonna proceed with closing the phone, carefully align the screen with the frame. Starting from the top, gently press around the edges to secure it in place, making sure it snaps back into the position. Finally, you have to take your pentalobe screwdriver and you have to reinstall the 2 bottom screws near to the charging port. So you have to put these both screws step by step, and once your both screws are back, it means your job done. And before you're gonna hand over to your customer, just again check your touch and everything looks all right, it means your job done. So if you like my video, please do like and subscribe and leave your feedback. Thank you.